Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Stephen Roth, and I'm a board-certified oral and maxillofacial pathologist. In this video, I've decided to switch it up from my usual videos. With this time of year, Thanksgiving just having happened, the holidays coming up, and a new year right around the corner, I think that it's a good time to reflect on the past and what you're grateful for, and set goals for the future. If you're interested in navigating between the parts of this video, you can use the chapters tool down below. I've avoided talking about myself as I feel that the goal of this channel is to really provide the best oral path educational content that I can. But that being said, I've received quite a few emails and comments asking me to talk about my path to path, if you will, and to discuss my journey both through education and through discovery to get to where I am today. In fact, one of the first comments on this channel was from James Werman, who asked me to talk about my education and my journey as it relates to oral pathology. I'll be breaking down this video into four main parts. The first being my journey, my path to path. The second being a brief overview of the profession as a whole. The third is looking forward to the future and some goals that I've set in 2022. And the fourth being some words of gratitude. Again, if you want to switch between these parts, you can use the chapters tool below. I always knew that I had an interest in science, especially the life sciences. And I've had some amazing teachers and mentors throughout my life. And in fact, I could make a whole 30-minute video talking about everyone that has made me who I am today. But this video will focus on a select few that were really instrumental in the career aspect. The first of these people is Mrs. Norma Hirschberger. She was my high school Bio 1, Bio 2, and anatomy teacher, and she was really instrumental in the application of biology and life sciences. In her Bio 2 class, we did a lot of gross dissection and microscopy. It's interesting because I know that at some point I must have said to myself, I will never use a microscope again, but here I am, almost a decade or so later, and that's what I do every day. Mrs. Hirschberger also taught the anatomy and physiology and histology, which is all one course, which was easily my favorite course in high school. And because of this passion that I knew that I've had from childhood and fostered in high school, that I wanted to major in biology for my undergraduate degree. My undergraduate years were really focused on personal development. I knew that I always wanted to go into healthcare. In my family, everyone is either in healthcare or a teacher. And in fact, both of my parents are optometrists, and I spent a lot of my childhood in my father's optometry office. And so I decided that I was going to choose dentistry somewhat arbitrarily because I thought it was interesting and it was something different from medicine, but more on this later. An important experience from my undergraduate career was my involvement in the anatomy department. I knew that from that high school course that I absolutely loved anatomy, and I wanted to take it early on in my undergraduate career. So in the first semester of my second year, I took the pre-health track anatomy course. What's unique about this course is that all the teaching assistants were undergraduate students who did well in the course. And obviously, since it was something that I was interested in, I ended up loving it and doing well, and threw my hat in the ring to be a TA and was selected. I actually became an anatomy TA that same year in my second year of undergrad, which is really pretty early. The course instructor, Dr. Susan Turner, was both incredibly kind and gave a lot of autonomy to the teaching assistants to really try to come up with the best ways for students to learn. It was an absolutely incredible experience. In my senior year, I was promoted to head TA. And with that, I was able to give review style lectures for the entire class. That was over 200 students in a large lecture hall, and I loved it. As a reformed theater kid from my high school days, there was something just performative about being able to connect with students and communicate complex topics and information. I knew that I would have to do something with teaching in my career because it provided me with so much fulfillment and happiness, but more on this later. I applied and got accepted into dental school, and I was eager to begin. But early in my dental school career, I knew that something wasn't right. And I was really struggling with the hand skills aspect of dentistry. That's the drilling of the cavities and crowns and dentures. Quick note, struggle is great, and if you're passionate about something, struggling to become proficient can be really enjoyable and fun. But in the case of dentistry for me, it just wasn't happening. Because my focus in undergrad was self-development through trying new activities, being involved with different student organizations, and developing my leadership style, I really didn't give due diligence to shadowing dentistry and really researching if it was right for me. I have absolutely no regrets, and my 4 years of undergrad really helped to form me and my values and my ideals, and I would not change it for anything in the world, but maybe going back, I would try to flesh out whether or not dentistry was something that I really thought I would enjoy and want to do. So here I was, fall of my second year of dental school, and just absolutely miserable. I think society puts a lot of stigma on the word quit, but at the same time, I think everyone should have a career that brings them fulfillment and happiness, and I knew that dentistry wasn't going to do that for me. At that time, I began researching medical school applications and really considered leaving dental school and applying to medical school. I hadn't even taken a pathology course yet in my dental school career, but I came and I spoke to the program director at Ohio State, Dr. John Kalmar, speak about oral pathology, and something just clicked. Oral pathology was much more based on diagnoses and scientific concepts and less focused on the creativity and fine motor skills of dentistry. Plus, many oral pathologists are based out of dental schools, which would mean teaching, which is something I knew I wanted to do. I asked to shadow Dr. Kalmar, and he agreed, but he eventually put me in touch with Dr. Kristen McNamara, and I am forever grateful to Dr. McNamara. She really took me under her wing, and I began shadowing her on a weekly basis in her clinical practice, sitting with her at the microscope. We even did a fellowship together with the American Dental Education Association, or ADEA, and she helped me prepare for my residency interviews. Ultimately, I was glad that I stuck it out and graduated from dental school. In fact, I consider it one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. And while the hand skills did catch up, and I am proud of all of the work that I did for my patients and became proficient and even pretty good at the hand skill portion, I just knew it wasn't right and that oral pathology was the way to go. I was fortunate to have many mentors even outside of the oral path department in dental school, and I'm still in touch with many of my dental school faculty today. And I am forever grateful for their help in my dental school survival and their support of my goals, even if it wasn't general dentistry, and I am forever grateful to them as well. So that's how I found oral pathology, but I figured I'd spend a little bit of time talking about the profession as well. Oral pathology is a very small, tight-knit profession. In fact, I think there are about 300 total practicing in the entire United States. The vast majority practice at dental schools, some, like myself, practice in hospitals, and a handful practice in either clinical and or histopathologic private practices as well. If you're interested in pursuing oral pathology as a career, my biggest word of advice is to find a mentor, to shadow, to try to experience it and really flesh it out as much as you can. Because the community is so small, recommendations from an oral pathologist are often most important when applying. Don't get me wrong, good grades, especially in pathology courses, matter, but if you have a mentor that knows you and knows you well and can vouch for you, that will really help you go a long way. Don't be afraid to reach out either. Oral pathology is very different from dentistry, and so then when a student shows genuine interest, oral pathologists get excited and they will eagerly take you under their wing. You can always reach out to me too, either through my Instagram or my email address, both of which can be found in my YouTube profile. I also wanted to take some time to talk about the future of this channel. We've hit the 6-month mark and I've been pretty good about sticking to a video every other week. As I reprioritize how I spend my time in the coming year, I really want to stick to that posting schedule, if not going back to weekly videos. I also want to post some longer form videos doing deeper dives into specific topics like Sjogren's syndrome, and also do some histology videos as well. At the time of recording, I'm hovering around 450 subscribers. And it'd be really great to ring in the new year with 500 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It will really help me to accomplish this goal and ring in the new year with 500 subscribers. If you have subscribed first, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful, and I have really been overwhelmed by the positivity I've received both in subscriptions and comments over the last 6 months. If you know anyone else that would enjoy these videos, please feel free to share it with them so that we can spread the oral path love as far as possible. I just wanted to finish with some words of gratitude. I know I've name dropped a few people in this video, but there are truly so many more. And I want to thank everyone that has got me to this point in my life. There have been countless numbers of people that have helped form who I am and what I do. From friends, teachers, mentors, and especially my family. And I wanted to thank all of you at this time of year for really helping me become who I am and get to where I am today. I'm also grateful to you. As I previously mentioned, I have been so overwhelmed by the positivity that I've received over the past 6 months since starting this little channel of mine, and I am really looking forward to bringing more, hopefully high quality oral path educational content in the future. Thank you all again. I promise that I will get back to my educational content, but I'm also really appreciative that you've given me the opportunity to share my journey and to share my gratitude as well. I hope that you all have a very happy, healthy, and safe holiday season. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and be well.